Hey, I wanted to give you a quick recap on the team that just left here from Nabors Memorial Church in Mississippi. And the team did a whole lot of work in a little bit of days. They were here for just 9 days, and they worked 3 days in Quebrecitos, and they worked 2 days down in Amapala, but it took us a day to get down there too. And then they came back up, and we worked with the youth from Las Colinas at a senior home. So I wanted to go over those, just give you some quick highlights of the trip. I've already done a long video, extensive video on daily updates, but I don't think that most people want to see that. So just a quick recap. When the team got here, the first day we took off and went to go visit Christian and his church down in the market. He has a mission church down there, and we were able to visit that. There were about 50 people in the church that day. And then we went to his church back up in Tres de Mayo to get some supplies for our time in Quebrecitos. Quebrecitos is in Tegucigalpa, and it's not a very far commute from our camp here to Quebrecitos. The primary project there was working on 2 bathrooms for the church, a men's and women's bathroom. And while we were there, the pastor mentioned that downstairs Sunday school rooms needed some painting. So we bought some paint, and the team went to work on repairing some of the walls down there, and also painting downstairs, down below. Beautiful mint green, and which is pretty common here in Honduras for schools for children and kinder schools and things like that. We also did some painting on the front of the church. While we were there, we also showed the film 2 nights, on Saturday night and then on Monday night. And I don't have a head count for you of how many accepted Christ. I do know we had several come forward, and I'm not sure if they were recommitments or new believers, but to be sure, there were lives changed those 2 nights. And I know that seeds were planted there, and it's a really strong prayer focus that you guys can be praying for are the people in Quebrecitos. After Quebrecitos, we took off and headed way down south to Amapala. And Amapala is an island off the south part of Honduras, and there our goal was to reconstruct or repair a roof, actually remove the roof and put the new roof on. And we also, while we were there, ended up doing some cement work and laying a sidewalk along the outside of the church. And we also held a VBS there, and we held VBS, by the way, at Quebrecitos. I didn't mention that, but we did. And a VBS down in Amapala. And then Pastor Christian and his family and 3 members from his church were with us down there in Amapala working. And Christian went off and did some evangelizing of his own. And he brought some soccer balls with him. And he presented the gospel to a group of young men at a big soccer field. And then the next day, Pastora, she went and presented the gospel as well to a group of youth and young people. So we used the soccer balls that the team brought. The team brought a total of 130 soccer balls. Phenomenal. Blew me away that they had so many. But they're all being put to good use already. So there were some good things happening with evangelism down in Amapala. We also had 2 people baptized while we're down there. They were wanting to be baptized already, but the pastor invited us, and then our pastor on our team, he went ahead and did the baptism, and we did it in the Pacific Ocean. And it was kind of a cool moment. It was nice to see. And then also we showed the Jesus film one night down there and had a really good crowd. And again, I'm sorry I don't have a head count for you as to who came forward. I do know that some people raised their hands and stood up, but I don't have a head count. But it was a great time of just service down in Amapala, working with the church. And she's been down there a long time, 24 years. She's been the pastor down there, and it's a really tough spot to pastor. So you can also pray for the pastor down there, and she really is working hard, and it can get lonely on an island down there by herself. So pray for her for strength to continue. And then the team ventured up here into Tegucigalpa again for our last day of service, and we worked at a senior home. And the teens, the youth from Las Colinas, went in and did a cleaning job. I mean, they scrubbed the floors, the walls. There were some people there who were painting nails and brushing hair for the ladies, and a lot of them were just sitting and listening as the people in the home would just talk to them, just someone to listen. And it was a blessing to be there. And the youth, this was their service. We just kind of joined along with them, and we just came to help and support them. But this was all on their own, and this was their idea. They've done it before in the past. So it was good to just kind of go along and be a support for them. And they did a really good job. We built some shelves around that area. We folded a ton of clothes. We took them at the end of the day. We walked them down the busy streets of Tegucigalpa, down some crazy steep hills to get to a Burger King, where we bought, well, we didn't specifically, but the church bought their meal for them, their lunch. And a lot of them really loved that idea and liked the food, and it was good to see lots of smiles on the people's faces. The better news was that we took the van and took them back up the hill versus them walking up that hill. So they enjoyed that, and I think the team enjoyed that as well too. So it was a great 10 days with Nabors Memorial. Thank you, Ann, so much for bringing the team, and thanks for everyone for coming and serving. You really did exemplify Christ to a lot of people, and were able to witness to a lot of people just through your actions, but also your words. You guys were just amazing to see to work, and such fast workers too. So thank you for coming and serving, and I do pray that God will bring you back to Honduras soon so we can work again together. Thanks, guys, and God bless you.